So as of yesterday, the United States government has voted to ban TikTok. That's not a joke. This isn't clickbait. TikTok could actually be at risk of being permanently banned. Let me quickly explain. So, as of yesterday, a United States House panel unanimously approved a bill that could ban TikTok from all devices. For a little bit of context, here's the original tweet that says the House Energy and Commerce Committee has voted 50-0, meaning everyone agreed to approve a bill that would give the Chinese owners of TikTok 6 months to sell the app, or the app would be banned for U.S. users. And here's a picture of that committee. Now, just to explain that a little bit, like the tweet said, if this bill gets approved, then China would have 6 months to sell TikTok to someone else, or the United States would permanently ban TikTok. Because if you guys don't know, TikTok is actually owned by this company named ByteDance. They also own some other apps like CapCut. And if you guys don't know, ByteDance is actually owned in large part by the Chinese government. Essentially meaning that for all intents and purposes, the Chinese government owns TikTok. That's a fact. A lot of people don't know that. Maybe you didn't know that. And well, if you guys don't know, about a year ago, TikTok, ByteDance, Chinese government, whoever you want to call it, they essentially confirmed that, yeah, TikTok, the app, it's actually collecting data on you. And who gets that data? Well, that would be the Chinese government. Meaning that if you have TikTok on your phone, if you use TikTok, then some or a lot of your personal information is in the hands of the Chinese government, whether that is personal information like names, phone numbers, contacts, addresses. It could be tracking what websites you visit, what items you buy online, what videos you watch, etc., etc. And I mean, I probably don't have to explain that the Chinese government isn't really the best government in the world. They actively do some pretty bad stuff. Feel free to Google that if you want. And so because of that, because of the fact that China owns TikTok and that China is using TikTok to spy on U.S. users, the U.S. House panel unanimously approved the bill that would ban TikTok. Now, I'm not going to read through the details of the entire bill or anything like that, but essentially here's what you need to know. Like I said before, China has 6 months to sell TikTok, or the United States will ban it if this bill gets approved. That's the big caveat. But here's the thing. It looks like this bill could be approved. And in fact, next week, the United States House of Representatives, Congress, will be voting to see if the bill gets moved forward. If they vote yes, well, then it's one step closer to TikTok being banned. I'll quickly explain how the U.S. government works if you guys don't know. This is a diagram of how a bill becomes law. Now, this gets really complicated, so I'll dial it down a little bit for you guys. Essentially, the United States government, it looks like this here. We'll ignore the Supreme Court for this. They're not relevant right now. So, in order for a bill to become law, it starts in the House of Representatives, right? If they approve it, if they vote to approve it, then it moves to the Senate. If the Senate votes to approve it, well, then it goes to the White House. It goes to the president, where the president can either sign it and it becomes law, or not sign it and it doesn't become law. Meaning next week, the House of Representatives will be voting on this. If they vote yes, it moves to the Senate. If the Senate votes yes, it moves to the president. Now, the question is, would the president sign the bill? And, well, the answer is yes. President Biden would ban TikTok. That was the official statement that the White House released in regards to this. Meaning that if the bill passes the House of Representatives and it passes the Senate, TikTok will be banned. At least if China doesn't sell it within 6 months. Would they? I don't know. And well, in response to this, TikTok has kind of launched a campaign. They released a statement here basically saying that this legislation has a predetermined outcome, a total ban of TikTok in the United States. The government is attempting to strip 170 million Americans of their constitutional right to free expression. This will damage millions of businesses, deny artists an audience, and destroy the livelihoods of countless creators across the country. And TikTok has also launched this. If you've opened up TikTok in the past 24 hours, you may have seen this image right here. TikTok is showing this on the app saying, Congress is planning a total ban of TikTok. Speak up now before your government strips 170 million Americans of their constitutional right to free expression. This will damage millions of businesses, etc., etc. Let Congress know what TikTok means to you and tell them to vote no. And so now we get into the question. Do you guys want TikTok to get banned? Well, real quick, go ahead, leave your comment down below. I'm going to give you my opinion. And this might get kind of controversial. I don't know. But look, yes, it's true. The Chinese government isn't really our friends. And the Chinese government having a bunch of our personal data isn't really that great. But look, You know who else collects a lot of personal data and personal information? The United States government, along with, Facebook, Instagram, your cell phone. If you have a cell phone, have you ever noticed that one day you'll talk about something completely random, like, baby diapers, and then the next day you'll get a bunch of ads for baby diapers on your phone? Yeah, that's because it is legal for your phone to listen to you. It is legal for that to happen in America. And while, yes, I don't want the Chinese government spying on me, I don't want anybody spying on me. I don't want my government spying on me. I don't want my phone spying on me. I don't want anybody spying on me. So I find it just a little bit hypocritical when the United States says things like, yeah, we don't like it when people spy on you, but we can do that. We can spy on. Yeah, we can spy on you all we want, but those guys can't. But we can. Yeah, it's a little hypocritical. Like, that's not very American to me, brother. And look, I know TikTok is a cringe fest. I know that TikTok is a lot of brain rot, and I make fun of it. And I call it out time and time again. Some of the most popular videos on this channel are me making fun of TikTok. I also understand that TikTok means a lot to a lot of people. Yes, it does a lot of bad, but it also does a lot of good. There are people that have met their friends through TikTok. There are people that have gotten entire businesses started because of TikTok. There are creator friends like Lana's life here in the Roblox space that literally would not be where she is if it wasn't for TikTok. So yes, while TikTok does a lot of bad, it also does a lot of good. And so personally, I don't want TikTok to get banned. Yes, I do think that the data collection is a problem. The spying is a problem. But I don't like the idea of banning it. That doesn't feel very American to me, brother. Maybe you guys disagree with me, and you can let me know down in the comments. Totally, you're right to disagree with me on that. But if you do agree with me, if you don't want TikTok to get banned, what can you do? Well, you know how I mentioned that the United States House of Representatives is voting on this within the next week? Well, luckily, their phone numbers are public. And you know what? It is completely legal and within your right as an American to call them and let you know what they think.
Office of Congress.
Hi, yeah, I'm calling in regards to the TikTok ban bill that might be potentially getting voted on in the next week or so in Congress.
Yeah, I'd be happy to pass your thoughts along to the Congress.
Sure, yeah, look, so I'm 27 years old. I'm an online creator, and I rely on TikTok as part of, my business, my livelihood. And so if TikTok gets banned, it not only hurts me, my business, my career, it hurts the thousands of other creators just like me, my friends, maybe even millions of other creators out there that rely on TikTok to, live, to have a livelihood. So I just wanted to call and give my thoughts and hopefully urge the congressman to vote no if this bill does go up to a vote.
Okay, yeah. And then what was your name?
My name is...
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for giving us a call.
Thank you. And that's it. That's the call. That's all you got to do. No, I'm not going to go through the exact steps to call your congressman or congresswoman. We've been down this road before. I know what happens when I put phone numbers on a screen. So I'm not going to do that. But if you care enough, then you're probably already Googling how to do that. So feel free. It's completely within your right as an American citizen to do that. You don't even have to be a certain age. You can be a kid and call your congressman or congresswoman. It's completely within your right. So if you want TikTok to be banned, call them. Tell them why. If you don't want TikTok to get banned, call them. Tell them why. It's really that simple. Regardless, though, the data collection issues are a really big problem and a problem that needs to get solved. All right? I don't want the Chinese government having my info and my private information. But I don't want anyone, Facebook, Instagram, the US government, I don't want anyone having my personal information. I feel like that's the problem that needs to be solved here. Not specifically banning TikTok. Banning TikTok doesn't solve the problem of everyone having my personal information. I feel like that's the problem that needs to be solved. But anyway, TikTok, it might get banned. Let me know what you think down below.